where I learned so many life lessons, just thinking I was having fun.
Denzel Washington is talking about the Boys and Girls Clubs of America. 4,000 local clubs that provide after-school programs for more than 4 million young people, and in the process change lives. He was in Washington this week for the group's annual dinner.
I remember that first day and how I felt and how special they made me feel.
And to honor the National Youth of the Year,
Malachi Haynes.
18-year-old Malachi Haynes of Colorado, who's been going to his club since he was 6.
Being a leader and a role model in my community is my purpose.
I was a wild one. You know, I had a lot of energy.
Washington used to run track for his club, and he remembers when a new kid came in and started running faster. One of his mentors took him aside.
He said he has natural ability, but his natural ability will only take him so far. So I applied that to my career, my first 2 years when I started acting in college.
Washington won the first of his 2 Oscars for his role in Glory, about an African-American military unit in the Civil War. For more than 30 years, he's played a series of indelible characters.
To protect the sheep, you got to catch the wolf, and it takes a wolf to catch a wolf, you understand?
I was never interested in being a movie star. We were sort of New York theater snobs. I wanted to be James Earl Jones, you know. I was hoping to make $650 on Broadway one day, and I did.
Your father was a preacher, and I've read that at various points in your life, you've thought about becoming a preacher. Mm-hmm. Really?
It was prophesied that I would preach and by this woman, and I said, well, maybe that's what I'm supposed to do. He says, well, you already have a pulpit.
Now, at age 63, Washington is more about giving back.
You never see a U-Haul behind a hearse? This is my pastor told me, you know, whatever you have, you can't take it with you. So the question is, what are you going to do with what you have while you're here?
Washington's oldest child, John David, is building his own career, starring in the movie Black Klansman and on the TV series Baller.
We lost 42-14, but who got those 14? I did.
As you got started in this business, being the son of Denzel Washington was...
And Pauletta Washington.
And Paul, thank you. And
who was earning more money than he was when they married, before they got married. She was on Broadway working. She paid for the first date.
I said, let's take a cab, and I'm watching the meter, and I ran out of money, so she paid for the ride home. But I remember paying for the date. She says we split it.
So I know a little bit about being the son of somebody famous and somebody that you go into the same business. Has that been complicated for the two of you?
I guess more for him. So, you know, when you pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud too.
The Boys and Girls Clubs deal with the ups and downs of life, too. Kids at the clubs do better at school, are less likely to do drugs, and volunteer more. Malachi started his own program to improve reading levels.
We call it double trouble, so we do an hour of reading, then an hour of playing basketball, eating pizza, just hanging out and getting to know the kids.
And Denzel Washington says that's the real message here.
We're just bombarded so much with negative news that one can just feel like, well, what's the use? But listening to these young people saying, oh, no, we're going to change it. We're going to do something about it. That's inspiring.
I asked Washington where he sees himself at this stage of his career. He says he uses stuntmen more, but that he's excited about the unknown and what comes next in his life and career.